blame reality shows, blame the aisles of your local Target. Home organization has grown into a billion-dollar industry, one that portrays and promotes an ideal aesthetic that women go a little nuts about.
This is amazing!
Here it is. This calms my anxiety in a way that I can't quite explain.
Oh!
The before and afters inspire us. All those clear plastic containers spark joy in us. But my next guest says we don't need to get organized, we need less stuff. Tracy McCubbin is a nationally recognized professional organizer and the author of the best-selling book, Make Space for Happiness: How to Stop Attracting Clutter and Start Magnetizing the Life You Want. She believes a key step to getting organized is to stop over shopping. I am your front row student, Tracy. It's so good to have you on Studio 5.
Thank you. It's so great
We've
to be
worked
here.
together on other projects, but to have you here is just a treat. So thank you for making time for us.
Thank you.
So over shopping, you believe this is the root cause of our clutter.
Yeah, so, I've been a professional declutterer for 17 years, and I, go in and I help people and I help them figure out why they're attached to their stuff. But I started to think, why does it keep coming back? What's happening? And I'm like, oh, right, we bring the clutter in. We buy the clutter. So what is that all about? So looking at the science of shopping, what are we trying to fill inside of ourselves? What's going on with us emotionally? What do we feel that we're overwhelmed? And, oh, if I buy this spiralizer or certain hair dryer, my life will be perfect. So it was drawing the connection between the consuming that leads to the clutter.
And you do point to three key reasons. There's an evolution of shopping and spending.
Yep.
There's the marketing, which is in our face all the time. But this third component, emotions, you write about a few things that make us want to shop in the first place, and you call these clutter magnets. I want to touch on a few. First, connection. Shopping, you say, can falsely fill a void.
Yeah, so think about it, and especially when we were during the pandemic, right? Our social circle was taken away. I mean, they've shown that one of the biggest predictors of longevity is community. People who live the longest have community. So all of a sudden that we lost that, and with online shopping. So I'm just seeing more and more people going to shopping to try and find that connection. Retail therapy, or I'm gonna meet the gals and we're gonna go shopping. And they make it be about the shopping, when really what they wanna do is see their friends. Right? You want to take a walk, hang out in the backyard, but instead it becomes about the buying, and we're trying to find that connection. Because ultimately, when we shop, we get a little hit of dopamine, right?
Sure,
That's how we're created evolutionary. We used to have to go out, and when you saw a pear tree, you were like, there's a pear, bing! Now we get that same hit when we go to Target as if we'd killed a woolly mammoth. So it's this idea of what are you missing? And I just go back to those simple things. Connection with your community and your family, gratitude for what you have, good a little bit of sunshine and a walk. Those things that we know that shopping's not gonna fix.
Did you know when you got into this that you would become part therapist, or has the emotional hold surprised even you?
Surprises even me.
Yeah.
And really interesting when I dive into the science of it, right?
Yeah.
As we all know, marketing, they pay attention to the science. They know what gets you. But so if we look at the reverse of it and go, right, I'm being marketed to, I'm being told that this will fix my life. I have a real problem with the term anti-aging, because to me, anti-aging is, right?
Yeah.
You want to age, right?
Yeah.
You want to
live.
You want to live. Do you want to look your best? Of course. Do I love a good moisturizer? Of course. But it feeds into this thing where you think, oh, I have to get this thing because that's going to fix me. You're not broken. You're not broken. You can be your best self, but you are not broken.
We shop sometimes because we have too much time. We have free time and we try to fill it with stuff.
Yep, exactly. And it makes you feel like it's busy work, right? But remember the old days, Brooke, when you used to have to go to a store? It used to be an event, or it used to be a plan that you made, but now you can do it on the couch in your pajamas. So I think that we're also looking for those gadgets that are going to save us time, right? If I buy just the right Instapot or air fryer, you know, you and I both know this. We're tight on time. You've got a family,
yes,
but we're like, oh, there's that thing out there, and it's like, no, the thing is less stuff.
When you joke about the olden days of going to a store, you know, we're seeing some more companies dial back on their easy return policies, which I get it as a consumer is like, oh, shucks, darn. But I actually like the accountability. If I buy something, you know, I'm being held accountable to that purchase, meaning I'm going to have to get in my car if I don't want it, go back to the store, produce a receipt. We don't have that much anymore, that personal accountability. We're thoughtless about what we add to our cart and what we ultimately bring in our homes.
And then add to another layer to that, like when you online shop, something like 55% of returns go in the trash. So when you send back to those big box online stores, they're just throwing it away.
Yeah.
So when you add that together, you're like, yeah, what am I doing? How am I contributing?
Here's an interesting clutter magnet. We shop because we want to demonstrate we're smart, wise people. We want to prove lasting wisdom.
Yeah. Oh, that one. By the way, that's mine. I buy books. I have online courses. You know, and I think the way that you can really understand that you have lasting wisdom is to teach others. Is to be a mentor, is to take your knowledge and put it out. You know, we're so afraid that we're not enough, and we think the stuff is gonna hoist us up there.
In the minute we have left together, you've got a couple of exercises women can do to look in the mirror and really see where we land on this scale. We can run an Amazon report.
Yeah, this one is sit down and have a cup of decaf
Brace
tea.
yourself.
Yeah, brace yourself. So you can run a report into a spreadsheet of Amazon of what you've spent over the last couple months. I think it goes back 6 months, and it comes up as a accounting report. And so what I suggest people do is create that report and then go next to it and write down, was it a want or was it a real need? Did you really need that thing or did you just want it? And what you're doing is you're facing the fact of like, oh, most of this was a want. Well, what was going on? I was tired. You know, my kids had dragged me to my last hair.
Yeah.
Like it was late at night. And then when you start to look at your purchases from it's a need versus a want, you get control back.
We can whiteboard our purchases, kind of put them out in front of us. You also like making an inventory of big purchases to see, you know, again, want versus need, or was it worth it? Was that purchase worth it? And finally, before you hit add to cart, you want women to give it a 24-hour waiting period.
Yeah, so pick a number that's comfortable for you. In my house, it's $100. So if something's over $100, I wait 24 hours for every $100.
Okay.
So if it's a $300 purchase, I wait 3 days. Some people like to do it at $50. You know, so $50 you wait a day, $100 you wait 2 days. That need, that want feeling starts to dissipate
over time.
Because you're in the minute and you're like, oh no, I didn't actually want that. I didn't actually even need it.
Yes, Tracy, your advice is so good. It just makes sense. Sometimes we don't want to hear it, but it makes sense.
I know.
And you're helping a lot of women, I think, find that inner peace and happiness. Where can we learn more about you?
Instagram's a great place, at Tracy_McCubbin. We have so much fun over there.
We'll link you there from our website. Thank you for stopping by Studio 5 today, Tracy.
Thank you for having me.